Принц Нищий, the Prince and the Pauper. Chapter 10. The Prince in Awful Court. We left poor Prince Edward at the moment when John Canty started dragging him to Awful Court. The Prince tried to get free. Then John Canty gave him a blow with his heavy wooden stick. An old man ran up to them. It was the old priest, Father Andrew, who taught Tom to read and write and who loved Tom very much. He wanted to stop the man's arm, but John Canty was too drunk to understand what he was doing. His heavy stick fell on the old man's head, and the priest fell down on the ground. John Canty hurried away, dragging the prince with him. Edward was helpless. Soon he found himself in John Canty's dirty room. There were 2 girls and 2 women in it. John Canty said to the older woman, "Just listen to what the lad says, and then help me to give him a good whipping." "Well, lad, repeat your foolish words again. Name your name. Who are you?" The little prince's face was red with anger. He raised his head and said, "I tell you now what I told you before. I am Edward, Prince of Wales." The old woman and John Canty began to laugh at his words. But Tom Canty's mother ran up to the prince, fell on her knees, and put her hand upon his shoulders. Then she said, "Oh, my poor boy, your foolish reading has made you mad. You are breaking your mother's heart." The prince looked into her face and answered, "Your son is well, and he's not mad, my poor woman. Let us go together to the palace where he is, and the king, my father, will let him go home with you." The woman began to cry, covering her face with her hands. One of the girls said to her father, "Let him go to bed, father. Tomorrow he will be himself again. He will beg again and will not come home without money." "Show me what you have brought today," John Canty said to Edward. The prince answered, "I tell you again, I am the king's son." Tom's father got so angry at these words that he stopped laughing at once. Heavy blows began to fall upon Edward's shoulders and face. The grandmother went out of her corner to help her son to beat the boy, and when they finished with him, they gave the girls and their mother a beating too, because they had been good to Edward. "Now," said Canty, "to bed, all of you. I'm tired." When everybody was asleep, the young girls came to where the prince lay and covered him from the cold with rags, and their mother came to him also. She brought him a piece of bread, but he lost his appetite and could not eat. At last he fell asleep. Tom's mother lay thinking of what had happened. There was something strange in the boy's manners. She could not tell what it was, but she felt that his manners and speech were different from the manners and speech of her son Tom. Was it possible that the boy was really not her son? She decided to give him a trial. She thought, "Tomorrow he will be himself again, завтра он придет в себя." Because they had been good to Edward, за то, что они были добры к Эдуарду. Tom's mother lay thinking of what had happened. Мать Тома лежала, думая о том, что произошло.